Hi everyone, my name is Mai Mao. I just want to welcome you all to this evening's class. The class is Black History Month Dinner Series, stewed okra with tomatoes and bacon, taught by Addie and hosted by Seward Co-op. And you can learn more about Seward Co-op by going to seward.coop, and we are located in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So this class will be recorded and you all are going to be muted. So you do have the options of turning on your camera or turning it off, but it will be recorded for those who may not be able to join us this evening and want to see it at a later time. And then if you have any questions, please put it in the chat box and I will read them to Addie, and Addie will do her best to answer all your questions. Other than that, enjoy the class and welcome Addie.
Hi everyone, like my mom said, my name is Addie and welcome to my Seward Co-op's Black History Month dinner series. And today's recipe is going to be a Nourish 101 recipe. So you're probably wondering, what is Nourish 101? Well, Nourish 101 is a program we have here at Seward Co-op where it's like an initiative we have for people to able to eat healthy, but also at affordable price. So we have something where it's like a shop staple list. A lot of our bulk stuff are actually pretty, you don't spend a lot of much because you can get as much as you need. And we also provide recipes. We have some on our website where we have recipes if it has meat for under $15. And then if it is vegan or vegetarian, it will be under $10. So if you want to look at some of those recipes, check out our website at seward.coop. That'll be seward.coop. And then I can tell you what we're doing again. Like my mom said, we're doing the stewed okra with tomatoes and bacon. You can make this vegan or vegetarian. You don't have to use bacon. You can just use olive oil. The bacon just gives it extra flavor, and I love bacon. So what we're gonna do right now is we're just gonna do a little bit of prep. I like to do some prep first before just start cooking. I don't want to burn anything. So I'm just gonna go ahead and dice me some onion. I already had cut it and peeled it because I have trouble peeling onions, and girls always cry from onions. But if you don't know how to peel an onion, I definitely say keep that part, I believe that's the root. You don't want to cut that part off, but you cut that part off, and then you will cut it in half. So you got your little halves. So I'm just gonna go ahead and dice this. And you can dice it as big and as small as you will like. And I just got like a medium-sized onion. You do small, you do large, depending on how much you like onions. A lot of the recipes I don't do like exactly like the recipe says. Sometimes I'll add a little extra more because I'm like, I could get you a little more. All right. And then I'm just gonna put that in a bowl. And then I just got a green pepper on the recipe. It just says a pepper. You can use a red, a green, orange, or yellow. Just make sure it's a bell pepper. Now, if you want to add a little spice, you could definitely do like a jalapeno or a habanero poblano, mix it up. But I chose to do green. I was in the, when I was in the produce area, I was like, oh, what color do I want to do? And I was like, let me just be simple like that, green. Because I do like color, especially when I cook. I like to make sure my food has a lot of color in it. All right. So I'm just gonna take those little innards, And I'm just gonna slice and dice my pepper. And it looks like I got some people cooking with me. Awesome, awesome. And I also want to say Happy Black History Month. I know we're like in the mid of February, but still, we're still popping. We still out here popping. And thank you for joining me as well. Do we have any people from out of state with us, out of the country? I'm just curious because we have been having a lot of people from out of state and country. All right. Some of you may notice I am working with long nails. I'm used to it. These are the longest I've ever had my nails, but a lot of practice, I've had long nails, so I already kind of mastered the technique. So the most important thing for me is about not cutting my nails. I don't care about cutting my skin because I'm eating the food, but my nails are most important. I can put a Band-Aid on my finger. I have to pay to get my nails fixed.
So yeah, we have folks from out of state, California,
Ooh.
Chicago, South Carolina, and then yeah, various places from California, San Jose.
Nice.
Sunnyvale, and then Illinois and Washington, D.C., Florida.
Ooh, is Florida, are y'all having like our weather? Because I know the South is like, it's cold down there.
And Madison, Wisconsin.
Okay, nice. I'm glad that some of y'all can join us here at Seward Co-op. We're here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. We have 2 locations. We have one on Franklin Avenue and then one on 38th Street. The one on 38th Street is next to Floyd Square, the area where George Floyd was killed. So we are really close to that area, just for people to get an idea of where we are, because I know most people who aren't from here know about Minnesota because of our revolutionary ways. So, but yeah, and it's a really good grocery store. We're different from most grocery stores. A lot of our food is organic, local, and sustainable. And a lot of people think because it's a co-op, like it's expensive, but we actually have pretty affordable prices. And the food is very healthy. I like shopping here. I love getting my produce from here because I know it's not coming from some farm that from who knows what, and they treat their workers right. So it's really nice here. I like it. I've been working here for like 3 years, so it's a good company to grow with too. All right, I'm almost done with these peppers. This is like the only thing we have to prep. Everything else is like straightforward. Oh, we do have to cut the bacon. I forget about that. But I'm pretty much done with my peppers. All right. Okay. So you can do garlic. It is optional on there. Let's do garlic. If you don't have garlic, it's fine. You don't have to use garlic. But if you do, pop that bad boy in there, change your life. Okay, so I'm just gonna mix that up. What are we looking at time? All right. Just gonna mince that up right real good. So I guess I could talk a little bit about what Sunday dinner is. If some of you don't know about like the significance of Sunday dinner in like the Black community. So like Sunday dinner is usually like something Black people would do like after church. And I don't know about y'all, but when I was a kid going to church, church was long. Church was long. I feel like 2 hours too long. It was long. It was a lot of dance, a lot of praise and worship, I'm not gonna lie. But it was long. But after like that long day of church, your family would get together and have like a big old nice meal. And it'd be like, I don't know why Sunday dinners was like better than any other day, because any other day, like it seemed like mom didn't want to put effort. Don't tell her I said that. But on Sunday, she would throw down. So, and I still participate during Sunday dinner. A lot of times I'll do, I like to do chicken. I make really good fried chicken. My friends are jealous. I like to make gumbo. I really like them because I love seafood. Some days I do seafood too, or just have crab legs. So now I'm gonna slice up my bacon. I only got about 8 slices. Now, if you have bacon, like here, you can get bacon at the meat department in bulk. So it was easy for me to just get like 8 slices. But you don't have to use 8 slices. If you love bacon, you can add as much bacon as you like. Out the way. So we're just gonna slice this up. I say like give it some good, nice sized chunks so you can see. If you can see that about that size. Do I have any questions so far, or everything straightforward? Okay.
Oh, there's just some folks echoing Happy Black History Month.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's Black History Month. Black History Month. I mean, every month is Black History Month. But February is a nice time. And I was born in February, so I'm a little biased. But it's always nice to have that, that time where we, celebrate the accomplishments of Black people. And for me, Black History Month, I don't just celebrate Black people in the United States. I do it across the whole diaspora. Black people in Europe, Black people in South America, Central America, everywhere. So, yeah. I think it's important that we learn about all of history when it comes to Black history. All right. So while I'm slicing up this bacon, I am gonna heat up my pan. You can just use like a medium-sized pan. We got this pan here, but I'm just gonna go heat it up just to get it ready to put my bacon in there. Just so it's nice and hot. And then with this meal too, like you can have this as a side dish or a whole dish, and it's great with rice. So yeah, go for it, but it's really good. I love eating this. So for okra, you need about 3 cups if you're using fresh okra, but it's not in season right now, so I'm just gonna use a bag of frozen okra. If you just got a bag, just use it's a 10-ounce bag, so just use this 10-ounce bag. But if you have fresh, use about 3 cups. If you get like a bigger bag, I definitely say just double up on the recipe, or depends on how much okra you like. I know okra isn't everyone's favorite because it's slimy. I'm okay with slimy, and I don't really know how to take the sliminess out of okra. I heard something about some boiling salt water. I don't know. Don't quote me on that, but I don't. For frozen, it probably might be slimy. We'll see. Most of the time I have used fresh okra, but like I said, I'm okay with the slime. And then I just got a can of diced tomatoes. This is just regular. You can get no salt if you want. And you can also get like diced tomatoes that's fire roasted, garlic, basil, ones with chilies, you know, flavor it up, spice it up. What feels good to you? All right, so my pan feels a little hot. And I'm just gonna go ahead and add in the bacon. And then I'm just gonna get my spatula and just start moving that around, get that cooking. Kind of separate it a little bit with my hands. And you want to cook this until it's about brown. Don't get it crispy because you don't want to burn it because we're gonna add in the peppers and the tomatoes. I mean the peppers and the onions. Just separate some of the meat. Don't use your hands. I don't recommend that. Use a fork. I'm using my hands because I have long nails. But don't. And I do this all the time. That's why I love long nails. I can cook with these. I love that sound that bacon makes when it's cooking, that sizzling and that smell. I love bacon. You can use turkey bacon too. And then, you can even add, I know there's vegan bacon, I've seen it. You can add that too if you're like vegan or vegetarian and you're like, I don't want to use meat. Go ahead and buy that vegan bacon, cook that up. I don't know what flavor it produces. You might have to add.
Yeah, someone did mention that they're making this vegan style. And they're using smoked salt and smoked to get the missing flavor.
Ooh, smart. But yeah, that bacon is looking good. It's looking great. Smell that too. Be careful though. You probably don't want to do that too close. You might pop yourself. Yes. I guess while it's cooking, I can tell you a little bit about my favorite people when it comes to Black History Month. So I'm really into like fashion and streetwear. If you can kind of tell, I'm kind of giving up that, 2000s, 90s look. Some of you be like, how you know about that? I was born in 93. So I was around, and my parents are in their 50s, and I had teenage siblings. But I really love street fashion, especially like when hip hop was on the rise. It really set the trend, especially for right now. One of the most influential people when it came to fashion around that time too was Dapper Dan. He would take like a lot of designer logos and like, basically be like counterfeit or bootleg, but like they were fly. People, you would think, oh, he must have spent $800 on that Gucci. Like, no, he probably spent 20. But like, if it wasn't for him, Louis Vuitton probably wouldn't have that bag with all the LVs on it. Same with Gucci. Like, he set that tone for street fashion. So big ups to Dapper Dan. And I believe right now he works for Gucci too. So yeah, just street fashion of like 90s and the 2000s. It's definitely inspired my look big time. So, and mainly too because like that's the era I grew up in, especially 2000. I was like a kid slash teenager in that time. So, I'm about that life. Okay. All right. Now, if your bacon is more brown than mine, I'll definitely say add your onions in your pepper. But mine isn't all the way there yet, so. But it's getting there. It's getting there. All right. I'll tell you one thing I really love. It's like one of my favorite things to do. I like cooking lots of things. My favorite thing to cook is a good ribeye steak. I don't play by mistake. I cook a really good steak. But I love a big steak. And then I'm really good at cooking chicken, fish. I just really like to cook. And I like to bake too. All right. Bacon, man. Taking a while to brown. Like I said, if your bacon is browning close to, make sure it's not getting crispy. Like mine right now, as you can see, it's not all the way brown yet. It's still like a little undone. So, but like I said, if yours is already, you look at it and you're like, it's brown, add your pepper, add your onion. I'm almost to the brown stage. I'm almost there.
Oh, I can smell bacon.
Sorry. All right, I'm almost there, y'all. I'm almost there. All right. Getting brown. Getting brown. All right, so it's about brown. So I'm gonna go ahead and add in my pepper and onions and cook that till it's soft, so about like 3 to 4 minutes. It doesn't have to be like super soft because it's gonna cook with the tomato and the okra. And it's gonna like cook for about like 15 minutes, and so it will get soft. And now I'm just gonna go ahead and add in some kosher salt and some pepper. So I just got like some black pepper. I'm just gonna sprinkle some in there. And then same with my kosher salt. This one is coarse, but you know, on there it doesn't really give you how much salt and pepper you use because it's just like a flavor. So add as much as you feel you need. What's gonna give you that extra flavor. And like your bacon's already kind of salty too, so you don't have to use a lot of salt. Yeah. That's good. It smells good. It looks pretty. I love food that looks beautiful, looks gorgeous. Because if your food looks good, it might taste good. Because sometimes food looks cute, and then you eat it and you be like, it do not look as good. I mean, it do not taste as good as it looks. I've been down that road, and like, when it look good, and then you take more than you need, and then you eat it, and you're like, oh, I don't like it, it's nasty. And you're like, I don't want to throw it all away because I got so much. But yeah, make sure you're constantly like stirring this too, mixing around because you don't want your onions and your peppers to burn. As you can see, I'm not stopping stirring because I don't want my onions and peppers to burn. And they're getting kind of soft too. They're getting a little transparent as well. It smells so good. I'm very appreciative that you all came to join me today. Like, I don't understand how great. I'm a very humble person. So, thank you all for joining me. It's pretty awesome. I'm very appreciative for joining me for this Sunday dinner. Like, we're showing us, we're cooking dinner together. That's amazing. That's awesome. All right. So, our peppers. Was it in about 3 minutes? But they're looking a little soft. They're feeling a little soft. Like I said too, they're gonna cook some more for about 15 minutes when you add in your tomato. All right, so now I'm gonna add in my okra. Like I said, I got a bag of frozen okra. So I'm just gonna put that whole thing in there. And then with the tomatoes, canned tomatoes, you don't drain it because you want to use the sauce. The sauce makes the difference. So don't drain it. Give me a spoon. We're gonna pour that in there. I'm just gonna mix that up. I love the smell of diced tomatoes. I love tomatoes. Oh yeah, we got garlic. Woo-hoo. You can add that right now. I forgot. Don't use that against me. But you got it right now. It don't matter. It's still gonna be good. It's still gonna taste good. Smelling good, looking good, smelling good, looking good. So this can feed about 4 people. Now, if you have more than 4 people, double up on the recipe. But it's looking good, smells good. I'm just gonna add in just a little bit more salt. You don't have to, but I'm just going to if I feel like I'm missing something. And then I'm gonna add some more pepper. I'm gonna turn my heat down a little bit too. Give that a good stir mix. All right. It looks like Christmas. All the red and the green. So now I'm gonna add in some Cajun seasoning. This is the Cajun seasoning I got. It's a Louisiana fish fry product, Cajun seasoning. We sell Cajun seasoning here in bulk here at Seward Co-op. They also sell it at Cub Foods. They probably sell it at any other grocery store if you live in another state. I know Ralph's, I think Publix is a grocery store. I know the Piggly Wiggly and Food Line. That's all I know. But yeah, honestly, I will say this. It's at, I'm gonna be real. It's mostly at grocery stores that have a larger community of Black and brown people. Because I can't find this at every Cub Foods here in Minnesota. But if you can, let me know. So I'm gonna add in 1 teaspoon. I like to do it over my food just in case I go a little bit over. Most of the time I don't. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add that in there. That. So I'm gonna turn the heat on down. Let's grab our lid. We're gonna let that simmer for about 15 minutes. I did make some rice, so I'm just gonna check on my rice. I made some jasmine rice. I made about, I believe when you took a half a cup of dry rice, it's a cup of cooked rice, or the 2 cups of cooked rice. I made about a half a cup of dry rice. So yeah, it just goes good with it. And even though it's simmering, it's definitely good to check on it. If you have a flat stove top or a coil one, definitely check on it because you know it's gonna take a while for that heat to really go down. Now, if you got a fire one, you can control it. So you know you don't have a problem with it going down. So I do like to, every time I hear it flushing, I'm gonna go up in there and I'm gonna stir it up and I'm gonna clean it up. So yeah. And I do like to just check on it every once in a while. All right. So yeah, like I said again, thanks for joining me again. I do have another class coming up. It's on the last day of February. I'm doing a vegetarian jambalaya with cornbread. You can still sign up for that class. It was sold out, but we made more room for it. So you can sign up for it. It's on Eventbrite, but you can also find it on our website at Seward Co-op, where you can sign up. I love jambalaya, and you know, why not for the last day, go out with a bang with some jambalaya and cornbread. Jambalaya and cornbread just goes really good together. And the cornbread I'm using is just a box of Jiffy. You can get any cornbread you want. If you know how to make cornbread by scratch, go ahead. And I'll tell you one thing I like to do with my cornbread. We don't consume a lot of dairy in my house or drink milk. So I like to add almond milk. It gives it a different texture, but it's good. It adds extra flavor. And I add a little bit of honey too. I learned that from Famous Days. Because when they used to have their cornbread in the cakes, it used to taste so good and like so honey flavored. And I don't know what happened. They like changed it up. So I got that from there, and like I don't ever measure out the honey, but I feel like I do about a tablespoon of honey in there. I just always do feel what's right, what's good to my eyes. So yeah, definitely sign up for that class. It's gonna be so fun. It's definitely gonna be a good step-by-step because jambalaya can be a little intimidating for some people to cook. So yeah, that's definitely gonna be like a step-by-step. Like we're gonna follow the instructions together. You know, we're gonna be a team. We're gonna work together. But yeah, like I said, keep checking on it. You know, I like to stir on it constantly. Like, don't leave the kitchen. Don't leave the kitchen. You stay in there, okay? Because you want to leave and you forget about it, and you be like, oh my God, I forgot about it, and then you burn it. So yeah, stay in the kitchen. So make sure you constantly checking on it as well. So. Last class we did, I did sauteed cabbage with tilapia. I'll probably put that recipe on our website too, if you want to check out that recipe. So I'll probably put that on our website tomorrow. So definitely look at it on our website if you didn't make it to that class. And I fried tilapia, fried fish and delicious. So look out for that recipe. It's looking good. It's, as you can tell too, it looks like it's starting to like thick up. It smells really good. I love okra. It's really good fried too. I've never fried okra, but it is good fried.
I've never had it fried.
It's good fried, but you don't like okra.
Oh, I do.
Oh, you do like okra. You don't like slimy.
Sometimes.
Oh, okay.
But I don't like fried.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. She missing out, y'all. She don't like fried food. She missing out. I'm just joking. Fried food is amazing. I just love smelling my food. Do y'all like smelling your food? I love smelling my food.
Someone's saying that they're making that tilapia tonight too.
Oh, you're doing a whole thing. I love it. Sorry, I'm a little extra. Yeah, I can be a little too much for my husband. Sometimes he'd be like, can you bring it down? And I'd be like, okay. I try not to get offended, but it's like, you married me, you know who I was. I'm still checking on it. Look at it though. Isn't it nice? Isn't it pretty? It smells good. I'm just gonna taste a little bit. Just make sure it tastes fine. Like if I have to add more salt or pepper. No, it's fine. It's delicious. I don't need to add no more stuff. Now, if you cook in yours and you feel like, oh, I need a little more extra, add more salt, add more pepper. You can even add more Cajun seasoning. I love Cajun seasoning. I put this on almost everything. Don't give me a seasoning I like. I put it on everything. All right. Ooh, it's looking good. We got a few more minutes left because you want it to be nice and thick. You see that? Oh, My mother-in-law just told me that my father-in-law, like this was one of his favorite dishes. She would make it for him like all the time because he had family that lives in Kansas. And when they would visit them out there, they would have stewed okra and tomatoes. So, but she never made it for like my husband and his siblings, but she used to do it for their dad. So I thought it was kind of cool. Like, oh wow, I'm making something he likes. Like it feels like I'm honoring him. He passed away. Like 5 years ago. He passed away from cancer. So it's nice knowing that I'm making a meal that was like something he really loved. So, and I told my husband that, and he got a little teary-eyed. And I was like, oh. So, yeah, it makes me feel good. All right, I'm gonna put the top back on. Well, yeah. How's everybody's food looking? Everybody's food looking good? Good. Have you tasted? Is it tasting good too? Okay, good. Don't mind my guns. I do that at home. I'm a comedian, y'all. Okay. I just want to make this class fun for y'all too. I don't want it to seem like, even though it's taking 15 minutes, I want to add in that filler. We're cooking together, y'all. We're cooking together. So, let's cook together, let's hang, let's chill. And because this is a pretty simple recipe, why not? Let's have conversation. But yeah, but like I said, for the jambalaya recipe, we're going to be detailed with that. We want to make sure everything turns out. So, yeah.
Yeah, they love your energy. Keep it up.
Thank you.
And also someone say thank you for making more room for the July class.
Yes, please join. It's gonna be a fun class. Like, this the last day of Black History Month. If you're not signed up for my class with Black History Month, what are you doing? Let's do it. Let's kick it. Let's have some jambalaya and some cornbread together. And then you can also do the fried tilapia with it. Boom, big old dip. You don't need to do the saute cameras. That's just adding a lot. All right, I am timing because we're getting close to our 15-minute mark. Y'all, we got about 5 minutes. It's thickening up. It's looking good. It's smelling good. I'm very curious of how the ones that's vegan taste like with the vegan bacon and everything. I'm curious of how that will taste. All right, it's looking really pretty too. Are you all's food looking pretty too? I hope so. Yes. So, I guess I can put out some good movie recommendations for Black History Month. If you like horror movies, there's a really good one called Black Box. It's on Amazon. Felicia Rashad's in it. She's in The Cosby Show, if you don't know who Felicia Rashad is. It's a really good movie. It's like, for me, like, I like to see movies with Black people that aren't like some type of trauma or struggle. Those, I like movies like that. So it's definitely a movie like that where you don't have to listen, or, you don't, like, as a Black person always having to see the trauma that my people have to go to. It can get kind of old. So seeing something where it's not like that, it's like, oh, thank the Lord. Like, how many more tears do I have to shed? I want, we happy, Another one I like that I'm going to recommend, some of my favorite Black movies, You Got Served. It's a good movie. Dancing, Omarion is in it.
Yeah.
It's a really good movie. It's quintessential 2000s cringe, but it's a good dance movie.
I thought it was 90s.
No, it's 2000s. That's B2K. Plum, plum, plum. I remember. I was a child. That's a good movie. What else? What else? I like Boomerang. If I'm gonna get old school, Boomerang is really good. Ooh, Devil in a Blue Dress with Denzel Washington. Almost anything Denzel Washington is good. But don't watch Hard Lessons on Netflix. It's not good. All right. We're pretty much done with our okra, our stewed okra. We're at that time of completion. Look at it. It looks so pretty. It smells so good. Let's go ahead and taste it. It's probably hot too, but that's all right. Don't be like me where like I don't wait for things to cool down. I just dig right in and then I'm going like okay. That's good. That is delicious. Mm.
Oh, someone mentioned Devin in a Blue Dress is a great detective movie, and the retro South Central 1945 is pretty cool.
Yes, I read the book too. And it's a series as well. But yeah, I love that movie. Just the whole thing about it too, like it's just crazy. Denzel Washington's a good actor. His son's really good too. His son looked like his mom, but sound like him. She was probably happy too, like, oh, thank God he came out looking like me because I carried this book for 9 months. I'll be mad too if my child came out looking like my husband. I carried the person for 9 months. But yeah, I like Spike Lee movies too. Do the Right Thing. No, School Days is my favorite of him. A cool thing I learned about Spike Lee, he likes musicals. So that's where that whole musical number came out. If you haven't seen School Days, I recommend it. It's like set like Black college kids at an HBCU. It's an amazing movie. It's not like your stereotypical trauma Black movie or they're just in the hood and stuff. It is a great movie, and the musical number is amazing. And I want Spike Lee to do a musical because that whole part there dancing and it's just great. It's great. So I definitely recommend checking that out. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and plate the food. So I already have my rice is already done. So I'm gonna go ahead and slip some rice in my bowl here.
Can you repeat the movie you're talking about just right now?
Oh yeah,
What is it called?
it's called School Days. So days is spelled, I believe is D-A-Z-E or D-A. Look it up, Google it. But it's a really good Spike Lee movie where they're set in like, it's a bunch of Black college teens. Lawrence Fishburne is in there. It was, before he went by Lawrence Fishburne, he went by Larry Fishburne. You know, that was when he was just Black famous. You know, he went by Larry. But it's a really good movie. Larry Fishburne is in it, and Spike Lee's also in it too. And if you know who Tisha Campbell is, she's in the movie. It's a really good movie. It like with the whole Black sororities and you know the different dynamics of in the Black community. How you have your ones who seem like you know. Like they're acting white or whatever, like they don't want to be connected with like Black people, like, oh, that's too Black. And you have the other side that's revolutionary, like black. It's and that's like a real thing in the community. It still goes on now. So I definitely recommend trying it. So watch it. Good movie, good movie. Makes me wish I went to HBCU. But I just went to a fashion school and I didn't do nothing with that degree. I work here. I mean, I guess I did because I'm fabulous. So but I'm gonna go ahead and put some of my okra, my food and my tomatoes in my bowl. See, look at that. Isn't that just, it smells good. Just eat it with the rice. I like to mix mine up when I do with the rice. I don't just, to make sure I got some rice. No, I'm gonna mix it up and try it. I let it cool down too, because let it cool down, you won't burn yourself. Don't be the don't do that. Yes, the rice. Added factor. Whoever doing that fish too, that's a good idea. Yes, it's delicious, y'all. Delicious. Thank you all for joining me. Oh, it's rude of me. I'm tired of my mouth, food in my mouth. I'm apologizing. Sorry about that. It's just so good. But yeah, that's it for today. If you have questions, definitely throw them at me. Like I said, I have another class coming up on February 28th from 5 to 6 p.m. Central Time, where I'm doing vegetarian. I guess it is vegan jambalaya because there's no meat byproduct in there or animal product in there. So it is vegetarian jambalaya. And I'm with cornbread. Now the cornbread is gonna have egg in it because I'm cooking the cornbread according to the box. But instead of using milk, I added almond milk. So just those, I'm just gonna do those two together. So yeah, join me for that class. It's gonna be very fun. Like I said, we're gonna go with ingredients together because I don't want anybody to miss any steps because I want us to all be able to cook it, make sure we get it right together. So yeah, thank you all for joining me. Yes.
There's a question.
Yes.
Did you cook it down until the juice was dissolved?
Yeah, like the juices did soak up, but if your juice is still there from your tomatoes, you can keep that because it just adds extra flavor to your stew. Mine did thicken up, but like I said, as long as it's not like super soupy, now if it's super soupy, then you want to cook it a little bit more. But if you still have a little juice in there, keep that because tomato juice from the can of diced tomatoes is amazing. It's delicious. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Tracy said, "This is for sure serious fashion food for the soul." I like that. You should be teaching a class with that title.
Fashion food for the soul.
Yeah,
Who said that?
Tracy.
I like your idea. You better trademark that before somebody steal it though. But that is a good. I should do a cooking class this year, and I'm gonna tell them that Tracy from my Zoom class gave that idea. That is a smart idea.
Yeah, I'm focusing. Thank you for the class. Thank you for such great energy. Thank you so much, Chef Addie.
Yes, thanks for joining me. Thanks for joining me. Like I said, we still have open spots for the vegetarian jambalaya, so definitely, hop on that. And if you're ever in Minnesota as well, come to Seward Co-op. It is beautiful here. What made me want to work here is when I came to the store the first time, it was on Franklin Avenue. And I walk in, I saw that produce department and all them colors. And I was like, I know this food fresh. I know it's organic. I know it's sustainable. But it's just so pretty. And then there's something I never heard before, or like a kumquat. I didn't know what a kumquat is. Everything in there is delicious. The employees are great. I'm not being biased because I work here. No, they're fabulous. Some people come here and be like, it's expensive, but you should understand, where's the food coming from though? We pay our vendors better than most corporations because we tell them how much do you want for this product? Some of them will come in and be like, oh, can you give me this? And we're like, no, what do you want? And that's what makes us stand out from others. And we're community owned. So we're not owned by a big corporation. We're owned by community. Community puts money into us, and we do stuff for the community too. When the whole uprising was happening, we had these beautiful murals, in display because, it brought healing and people came by and saw it. We do a lot of charity where we have the thing called Seeds where people round up their change and all of the money goes to that organization. Some people are like, well, how much do you guys make? It's like, we don't get none of that money. We, like the store I'm at right now, it's across the street from a community center, and we'll do roundup donations for their food shelf and they get all the money. And the customers here love donating to Sebastian Food Shelf and they love that we help out. So, we're different from most grocery stores. We actually like to get in and help the community. We don't just be like, we're just gonna feed you, get in, get out. No, we're like, join us. We're doing events like join Seward Co-op, like these cooking classes we're having. So yeah, okay, any more?
There's one question, and there's some comments. Someone wrote that they can't cook rice. Do you have any tips? And they said they use the microwave.
Okay, so tips for rice, how to cook rice. So if you do a half a cup of rice, I always do a cup of water. That's what my dad taught me. So when I do like a cup of dry rice, I do 2 cups of water. I know everybody has a different way. So when I do 1 cup of water, and sometimes I'll put like 1 cup and maybe like a half, because I put the water in there and I let it boil. And when it boils, I'll put in my rice. So that's why I'll probably do like 1.5, because like I'll let it boil and I'll leave. So probably some of it evaporated, but if you're not leaving the kitchen, if you stay in the kitchen, then put it in a cup. But for me, I do 1.5 because I tend to leave because water takes a long time to boil. But once it's done boiling, then you add in your rice and you cook that, let that boil. Then you bring it down to low, put your lid on it. One thing I like to do is when I put my lid on it, I have a little gaping hole or whatever, just so some of that steam could come out. And I cook it for about 15 minutes. Once it's not hard and thick, I'm not a master at cooking rice. There's been times where I've added too much water, it's all goopy and stuff. So rice is definitely a hit or miss. I just now learned how to use a rice cooker. I still am struggling with that. But yeah, that's how I cook my rice. I know some people do it where they add the water and the rice at the same time. I've done that. It just never works out. It's always either it gets like the rice isn't done all the way, and then I gotta add more water, and then I add water, and now it's all mushy. It's like mashed rice. So any other questions?
Yeah, do you have any last lingering questions for Addie?
Yeah, shoot them, because we got
5 minutes.
We got 5 minutes, Like I said, thank you all for joining me today. Especially if you're not from Minnesota or a member at Seward Co-op. Thanks for, finding me. Just, Minnesota, we're not that widely known. Now we are. But most people only know us because of Mall of America and Prince. And Bob Dylan. Yeah. Oh, I guess we got 5 minutes. I can tell you a Prince story. So my great aunt Bernadette, she took care of Prince because Prince is from Minneapolis, Minnesota, and she is the main reason why he likes pancakes. And like I learned that sometimes he would fly out, that part of my family, to visit him in California, and he would make them pancakes. And he was in a band as well with my cousin Andre Simone. He had a career a little bit at the time as well. And another cool fun fact is the outfit he's wearing on the Purple Rain album, my cousin Sylvia, she made that album. She made the outfit for him because she makes clothes. So it's kind of cool knowing that, my family knew Prince, hung out with him. Like my aunt, my mom's oldest sister, she used to always hang out with him when they were kids, and they would go back and forth. And I always remember she used to tell me, Prince would be like, you fat and ugly, you would never get a man. And she used to tell me, you skinny and ugly and you would never get a woman. And then look at my aunt's married and he had plenty of women. So it worked out nice for both of them. But yeah, it was just kind of cool. And honestly, a lot of Black people in Minnesota, if you like are from like North Minneapolis or South Minneapolis, you probably didn't know Prince. I had a friend of mine, her mom went to prom with Prince. So yeah, like I said, Minneapolis is not that big of a city. Pretty much a lot of Black people, everybody know everybody. Well, like back in the day, now we have a lot of people from Chicago here. So everybody don't know everybody like they used to. But yeah, everybody pretty much knew everybody back then in Minneapolis. So
I want to say, is this a future cooking class? And in case question mark.
I think everybody knows how to make pancakes. But yeah, I think that's it. That's all we have today. Thank you all for joining me. I hope your food is delicious. Yeah, thank you, and have a great night.